We're going to be looking at service and client discovery. So this is based off of a Skillsoft Percipio course training that I've been looking at. So far we've gone over a peek into Java Spring Cloud and microservices, governance, scalability, fault tolerances, cloud computing with Spring Cloud and Spring Cloud, and lastly what we're focusing on now, which is service and client discovery. Now, none of those are in the playlist link below the like button as they normally are, because these are mostly conceptual and I'm not really demonstrating this here. What I am demonstrating is how to build a Spring application, make it a Maven project, and then demonstrate it right here. So what we're going to want to do first is, because I was having trouble with Eclipse, and the easiest way I found is go to the Start Spring IO, and we're going to have everything dependencies imported here. So we have our Maven project, we have our Java, we have our artifact and our name, and then we just can leave everything else alone. I'm using jar packaging, and then it's going to be of type 8 right here for our Java edition. Next, let's look at our dependencies. So we just click add dependencies, and we want to add our Eureka discovery client, Eureka server, Cloud Bootstrap, and Spring Web. We're adding all of these for the client and server, so we can access client from the client server as well, cloud related, and then also because we're using Spring related, since we have the Tomcat server. So we're going to be using all of these. We're going to click generate, and this is going to generate. We're going to want to save it. Once it's saved, we can go into our Eclipse, so we can click import, and we want to find the Maven, click existing Maven project, click next, and we open the directory of where we are, and that should generate our project right here. If you have any questions or concerns, you can leave them in the comments, actually, not description, below the like button. But here we now are inside of our project, and inside of our project, what we're going to want is to configure it. We can see that we have a SRC main resources, we have our application properties. Inside of our application properties, which we're going to look at right here, this should be blank when we first start out, but we can specify configuration management. If we do this, it's done in our configuration files. This is just one of them. And so inside of here, we're going to have our eureka.instance.hostname, and we want this as our local host because we're running it locally. We want to have our Eureka client register with Eureka as set to false. All of these would be set to true if we didn't touch them, but we want to set this to false because we want this client register to not give anything out. We're just sending things out. And then the same thing kind of with the fetch registry. And then we're just setting our server port right here. Server.port is equal to 2222. We've done that before. And then inside of our actual Java file, service discovery application, we're going to be inside of here, and we're going to enable our Eureka server just so we can have it enabled. Then once all of this is done, what we're going to want to do is go into our right-click our service project for our Java. We're going to go to run as, and then we're going to go to Spring Boot application. So this is just a very simple way on how to start it. We can see that it loads up, and once it loads up, we are going to want to open just a new tab, or we can open a browser in our Eclipse. Now it's saying that it failed because my port was already in use, but to fix that, we can just terminate and rerun by clicking the red play button right here. We're going to want to do, since our host is 2222, local host, and then we can do a colon and then 2222. We can press enter, and then we can see that we have our current time, we have the uptime, we have our lease expiration, it's false, renews thresholds. I don't know exactly what everything means, but we'll probably be going through this more in the other videos linked below the like button. This is just, I believe, setting everything up, and so this is the intro video. Again, this is all based off Percipio Skillsoft. We have the total available memory, the number of CPUs, and the current memory usage. So if I refresh it again, we can see the time changes, and everything else is about the same. We can see that our current memory usage is increasing every time we do this. I believe it's because we're just dedicating more memory to this. But that's going to be it for our Eureka server. We finished, and that is all for this part. For more like microservice relationships and cloud-based architectures, those will be in the playlist link below the like button, the next videos.